I'm saying the options are open, so I'm waiting on the call.
What's the most memorable experience so far in the NBA?
I don't try to ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay. I've been moving dog. Yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk. Don't care what they say. I don't got no patience.
10 questions, they're easy. We're gonna start with the first one. Looking back at your career, we've seen a lot of bonds that you have with many clubs, but what stands out for me is the bond you have with the Celtics. And recently we saw Jason Tatum suffering a severe injury, and you try to comment and send him something about his injury. What did you tell him? What made you have the need to tell him something?
I know how it is to be injured. So I know it's really tough mentally. So I just wanted to give him some words of encouragement. I know everybody's wishing him well, and hopefully he recovers well. But he's a great dude, a friend of mine, and somebody that I wish well on, and hopefully he makes a full recovery and gets back to himself.
So over the years, especially the past 2 decades, we've seen a lot of changes in the NBA because of many European players that have come from Europe to the NBA. What do you think is changing that? Like, what do the European players bring to the table?
I think they're high IQ basketball players that not only really high level skill, but they think the game at a high level. And I think that just comes from them being able to play professional a little earlier than, guys in the States. They're bringing a lot to the game of basketball, and, without those guys, the game wouldn't be expanded like it is today. So, shout out to all the guys coming from, different countries and playing at the highest level in the NBA.
Do you have any, favorite player, European player?
Giannis.
Giannis? Okay, we'll talk about Giannis a little bit later. Let's talk a little bit about the expansion of the NBA. You're part of the NBA program, with the NBA schools, with the leagues that they're doing in Africa, the league that we hear they might do in Europe. The expansion of the NBA globally, which is a global brand anyway. What does it help the players that are now in the NBA?
It helps everybody, just because, like you said, the game is so global now. It's not just in the States, it's everywhere. And to see high-level players being able to come from anywhere and everywhere is inspiring to, the next generation of kids that come up and think, dang, I can't make it to the NBA because I'm from this place, I'm from that place. The game is showing that you can make it from anywhere, and you can be really good from anywhere. So, bringing all the countries together, bringing the game and expanding it to the whole world, it's only right for everybody to have a chance to see, how important the game is to the world. And I'm super thankful to be in this position, to be able to, spread the word on the game of basketball, and to be able to, basketball has given me so much, to be able to come places I've never been and be able to speak the same language on the basketball court as everybody else is amazing.
You gave me a good pass. I had no doubt about it, about how someone can make it from anywhere. And since you mentioned Giannis before, Giannis is a great role model and example of that you can make it even from being in a small city of Athens, not knowing what you're gonna do, if you're gonna even have to eat the next day. And Giannis is a great example of how someone can be dedicated with his talent along, work a lot, and be among the top players of the planet right now. So what are the qualities you like about Giannis? Not on the court, outside of it.
I think he's personable. He has a personality. I think that's why people gravitate towards him. He's funny, but also it speaks to what he's done on the basketball court. From where he came from to where he is now, I don't think anybody thought he would be, as good as he is now. So it's an inspiring story to see, like you said, coming from a small place, nobody really giving you a chance, and then you getting the opportunity to play with the best players in the world, and then becoming one of the best players to play the game. So his story is inspiring, and I think not only just for, people in Athens and people in Greece, but inspiring to the whole world.
And since we're in Greece, besides Giannis, we also have to talk about the Greek finals, Olympiacos against Panathinaikos. There's a lot of talk around, the rivalry, and I'm sure it is like Boston Celtics against the Lakers. A little bit more, not that easy. Here it's a little bit more hostile, the environment. But I heard that Kendrick Nunn, that plays for Panathinaikos. I know even if we didn't have this interview, you could be at the final watching your friend. But I also know you commented on his picture with the MVP award. Why did you write?
I mean, it's well deserved. He earned it. they always say it's a hard transition to go from the NBA to the EuroLeague, and he's done a great job of that. And I'm always gonna stick with my left-handed guards that are a little smaller. He's a special talent. Is one of the best players in the world. So all his success is well deserved, and I'm super happy for him.
And you know, a lot of players have decided later in their career to move from the NBA to Europe. Is this something that you have considered in the past or now? Yeah. I don't know.
My options are open. Like I would love to bring my family out here and take on the experience of playing here. I know it's high-level basketball, and you never know.
Or maybe you're recruiting now. You're in Greece and you're exploring.
Yeah, I'm saying the options are open. So I'm waiting on the call.
Okay, he's waiting on a call. You heard that. Okay. So looking back at your career, I said before, a lot of bonds, a lot of superstars you've worked with. What is that you kept through all these years, and from whom? Like, what is it the work ethic? Is it the personalities from all the superstars you worked with?
I think the biggest one, my favorite player growing up, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. The Mamba mentality, just not giving up, taking advantage of all your opportunities, and working harder than everybody else. I think that's been the definition of my career, is being able to outwork everybody, and then when my opportunity comes, I've taken full advantage of it. And guys like that has inspired not only my basketball career, but my life. And shout out to Kobe Bryant, for sure.
Is it something that you could be able to change if you were, you could restart your career? Would you change something?
Not really. People ask me that all the time. I think I've given the game everything I've had, and more. And the game has given me so much more. Like this opportunity to come out here and to interact with people that I've never seen from the game of basketball. So like I said, I'm super thankful. I still got a couple years left in me to play, so you never know. The options are open.
What's the most memorable experience so far in the NBA?
Individually, probably making the All-Star game and being around, the best players in the world. My first All-Star game was Kobe Bryant's last All-Star game, so that's a big part of my story, and I'm super thankful to be, being able to be in the room with, great players.
You've done a lot of things throughout your career. I'm sure you're at a certain point now that you feel very mature. So looking back, what would your advice be to that college graduate before going to the NBA player you were, like, that young Αϊζάια? Like, what would you say to him?
Enjoy the journey, enjoy the ups, enjoy the downs. It's gonna be a roller coaster. You think it's always gonna be just, all the highs of the highs, but it's like, you're gonna hit adversity. You gotta figure out how to push through that. You gotta figure out how to do it with a smile on your face, and to continue to keep fighting.
Okay, and last question. Give me your top 3 guards of all time.
All time.
For you, your heroes, the people you grew up with, watching their highlights.
Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, and then I go with somebody in my era, Steph Curry.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.